So, Johnny, welcome to Estonia.
Thank you so much.
First time.
It's a pleasure being here. I've been looking forward to coming.
It's great to have you here. So, we're going to have a little chat.
Okay.
Get to know each other. Get to know Johnny. Get to know everything that involves you.
Sounds good.
So, just to kick it off, who is Johnny?
Who is Johnny? That's a good question. Johnny's a complex animal. Johnny is a father of two beautiful sons. Johnny is a craftsperson who loves hair. I've been in the industry for 30 years. I have two companies with my best friend, Pedro. We have two brands. One of them is Enna Salon, which is a consumer-driven brand. And the other company is called Allilon Education, which is an industry-driven brand. So we tend to have almost like two sides of the hairdressing coin, the consumer and the industry. Personally, I started with hairdressing when I was 15. I'm now 46, you can do the math. So I've been doing it a long time. And honestly, my pleasure or my passion, my true passion, I love doing shows, I love doing seminars, I love doing all that stuff. But what I really love is watching somebody truly how can I even put it into words? Watching someone truly ignite how they feel about what we do.
Okay.
That for me is my true passion. That's what I love. So if you ask me what Johnny is a teacher at his heart, and it's very natural for me to teach. I'm a giver.
Nice. That's cool. So, okay, now you are where you are in your life, in your professional life, and so on and so on. How did you what was your process from being Johnny, the young person, and how do you get to the hairdressing world or the industry as a salon owner, as a hairdresser first, as a student, I'm guessing first, and the hairdresser and the salon owner? How did you? What's the timeline? Evolution. There you go.
I was very lucky. I started when I was 15, and I was never really academic as a child, but I knew I was good with my hands. I knew that if I could see something, I could copy and do. When I first started my career, I mean, it's a bit of a long story, so I don't want to go into how I got into hairdressing, but fundamentally, I realised at a certain point that I could actually be quite decent at something, and that my dad would be proud of me if I applied myself. And my dad's like my hero, so for me, I really wanted to make him proud of me. So I started hairdressing at the age of 15. I had some amazing mentors on my journey. I did really well throughout the company that I worked for. I did really well progressing through the company, and that's where I met my best friend and my business partner, Pedro. And then at a certain point, we decided that it was time for us to develop a brand or some brands that we felt truly represented how we felt about the craft. There was a lot of things that we were teaching that for a while we felt was not necessarily as pure as it could be. So we decided the only way we could really truly change that was by going independent and almost rewriting the rules. So then we started Enna and we started Allilon. We started with two people, and now we have a salon. It's a 5-story building where we have a salon, a school, and we have a basement where us and the team are. And we now have 50 employees in London. We have 40 chairs in the salon. So I know what it's like to be a salon owner. I know what it's like to be an apprentice. I started as an apprentice. I know what it's like to be a busy stylist. I have the pleasure to know what it's like to be a teacher. I have the pleasure to understand how to put on shows and create collections and be creative. And for me, this industry has given me the opportunity to not just help other people, but actually, if I'm really honest, if I stopped hairdressing right now, like today, that's it, I'm done, I'd be really, really satisfied with my journey. Because I know I've helped people and I've accomplished everything and more than I thought I'd ever would when I was 16, I grew up in a council estate in the middle of London, so I never expected to be able to grow in a craft. So when I managed to grow in a craft, I've managed to fulfill everything I wanted to fulfill. So now it's not about, well, for a long time, to be honest, myself and Bedra, our philosophy is it's not about us anymore. It's not about us kind of achieving our goals as an industry, as hairdressers in the industry. It's not about being recognised. Allilon is not trying to be the biggest education company in the world. We just want to be one of the most respected. And how do we do that? We do that by sharing, we do it with helping, and we do it, to be honest, with tearing apart our theory, our knowledge, and trying to get to the most purest point where it becomes so easily to digest. We can help salon owners train their staff. We can help teachers become better teachers. We can help assistants see the potential that they can have. Because if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's really kind of been the framework of my journey. I was an apprentice, then a stylist, then a teacher, then a business owner, and then I've been lucky enough to get where I'm at.
For Davinus world, I suppose, and for people who are involved with Davinus, everybody knows Johnny from Allilon. Johnny from Allilon, this is in a community is a known name. You are the founder of Allilon Education.
Not just me and my best friend.
Well,
Petra
yeah,
and Chantal.
co-founder, yes.
Yeah.
So I suppose the next question, in a very simple way of saying it, what is Allilon and for who is Allilon?
Bravo. So I mentioned before we had two brands, Enna and Allilon. So myself and Bedra, our heritage is Greek. Pedra's got a bit of Ukrainian in him, but in general, the majority of it is Greek. So Enna is modern Greek for the word one. And when we say one, we don't mean we are number one. We mean one team, one dream, one goal, one vision. If I'm speaking, it's like an apprentice speaking. Apprentice speaking, it's like the receptionist. We all have one concept that we're all working towards. One team, one dream. That's our tagline, is Enna. Whereas Allilon is ancient Greek for the word, the direct translation is Allilon, which means one to another, which is the principles of sharing. So the idea is you have ancient Greek before modern Greek, you have education before you go into the salon. Allilon is not me and Pedro. Allilon is a group of people who try to be as pure as we can with our craft. That's the goal. The goal is, can we get ourselves to a point where we can not just regurgitate what we were taught many, many years ago. How can we evolve it? What is wrong with the way we teach now? How can it be better? And it's that self-critique, that self-analysis. One of our philosophies is stop looking at everybody else. Focus on you. What are you doing wrong? How can you be better? How can you be stronger? Because the more time you spend looking at everybody else, the less time you spend actually evolving, because you're too busy copying. We're not a brand that copies. We try to actually make a difference and help other people teach better as well. If we can be part of a community of companies that can actually change the way education is done, for me, that's our goal.
Okay.
So Allilon is a group of people rather than me and Ped.
Okay.
It's a philosophy, it's a hair philosophy, the principles of sharing. That's what, direct translation, that's what it means.
And you cut some hair as well.
And every so often I do hair. Yeah, once in a blue moon. I do work in the salon once a month.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I think it's important for the staff to see that you can still work in an hourly slot and make sure the work is how it should be. Because it's very easy when you're the boss for people to go, oh, you don't cut hair anymore, so of course he's going to say it's got to be a certain standard. But if you show it, then no one can hide.
That's true.
You know?
So it's not by a blind chance that you're here talking with me today. Allilon is going to have a groundbreaking event in Tallinn on the 5th of February 2025. So it's going to be Allilon Look and Learn. You're going to be on stage.
Yeah, that's the plan. If I'm
somebody.
Well. As long as I'm well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old.
But if we talk about Look and Learn in front of a big crowd, that big crowd, what can they expect?
It's a really good question. I think the the challenge is inspiring people, sharing with people without coming across as obnoxious. For me, it's like I want it to be a really relaxed energy. I want to just share what I love and what the company loves to the industry, to the community, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to embrace what we do. I want to try and show true craftsmanship at its best. I want to try and perform as best we can, because the people in the audience, you know, these people within their own rights are completely established, successful people, so they deserve the right for me and my team to perform. And when I say perform, I mean with authenticity. I'm not somebody that goes on to stage and tries to. I try to be authentic, and the only way to do that is just by doing what I love. I love cutting hair, so I expect to see a lot of hair hitting the floor. That's my plan. I want a lot of hair to hit the floor. I want people to see some transitions. We want to try and do some curly hair, some straight hair, some short hair, some long hair. Something that's maybe really kind of sound friendly and commercial that people can use, but also maybe one haircut that's a bit of a look at this is really strong. So I want to show a variation of work, and I just genuinely hope that whoever comes, that they enjoy it. And if anybody does come, please after the event, we're going to come and just come and speak to us. When we're no different from anybody else, so just come, say hello, ask questions, get involved, touch the model's hair. You know, be part of the community, because that's the goal here.
Okay, really cool. So, one question as well that has been in my mind now since I think we met in 22 in Worldwide Hair Tour in Burma, first time. Really quickly, why did Allilon choose Davines?
That's a really good question.
Because
Really
I'm guessing you would have options and knowledge as well to choose whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm really honest, Allilon wouldn't be Allilon if it wasn't for Davines, and I like to think that mutual benefit has happened from day one.
Okay.
You know, when we first started with Davines, people were saying Davi who, Davi these, Davi what.
Divines,
you know,
I've heard
divines.
that, yeah.
So, you know, it was like a sleeping giant, you know. So when we first started, we became the flagship, and we are the flagship salon in the UK still. So when we first met, I mean, I'll tell you the truth is, contractually, we're not obliged to work with Davines. Okay. It's literally a handshake between certain people, and for me, having a genuine, authentic relationship with somebody where trust, respect is our foundation. I don't need a piece of paper telling me that I have to work with you. You have my word, and vice versa. And it's been a rocket ever since. You know, they've grown, we've grown. I was talking to you before about the relationships we have with all the distributors around the world that I'm going to definitely build with you over here. It's like, of course we have loads of offers. Let's be honest. Let's talk business. But for me, for us, I keep saying me, and I shouldn't say that. For us, when I say me, I also mean me and Ped, because we're one and the same. It's about being true and being loyal to the people that helped you get to a certain position. And I do think it's been a really amazing symbiont relationship where both of us have really benefited. And I'm very proud to be working with Davines.
Cool.
They have the right values for me. I love the family feeling. I love the connection between the community. You mentioned the Worldwide Hair Tour, right? You're in a building with over 2,000 people from around the world, 2,000 hairdressers, and they all speak different languages, have different mindsets, but the one thing that connects them is so weird to explain. You're on stage in front of 2,000 people, and you can feel people, you can feel the togetherness that you get from the audience. They're happy to see you. Like they've been waiting just to see you again. Like, it's not just about the hairdressing. It's about, we're all on the journey together. The sustainable story and the products and it's, you know, it's all part of it. But really, it's the togetherness that the community has, which for me, I haven't seen anywhere else.
Cool. I have one more question for you.
Am I talking too much?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Okay.
Just having...
You can edit it out, can't you? You can cut it, put different visuals in, put some products in.
Maybe some hair.
Put some hair.
So, last question, Johnny.
Last question. Make it a good one, yeah?
I'll try. In 1 minute, what would you suggest to a starting hairdresser? Let's say educated starting hairdresser. First thing to think of when you're starting, let's say, in a salon. One thing to do, definitely, and one thing not to do.
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
There's surely one thing that anybody should do, but the main thing, one thing.
So the main thing I would say is find a really good mentor. That's number one. I am the product of, I would say, 6 people in my journey who I looked at and thought, okay, I need a bit of that, I need a bit of that, I need a bit of that, and then that will hopefully make me the best version of me. So I would definitely say make sure you find a good mentor, and if there isn't a mentor that you can really look up to in your establishment, look somewhere else, because for me, mentorship is the key. We do it all the time, me and Ped, we mentor a lot of people. That'd be the definite. The definite no-no is don't be complacent. It's very easy to learn a haircut or 4 haircuts and think that that's the menu that you choose from, and our curriculums are based like that, and that's what me and Ped are trying to change. We don't teach people haircuts. We teach them how to control shape, how to control number systems, choices of length, balances. We give them the tools to create any haircut. So if we teach them a system, the system, it's a bit like a jigsaw. And once you learn all the pieces, you can draw the picture, any picture you want. But it's understanding the system. So we don't teach a menu of haircuts. We teach people how to cut hair, how to control weight and length distribution.
Awesome. So, thank you very much for the chat.
I'm sorry for talking so much, but I'm grateful for...
That's what we're having a chat for.
Thank you for having us in Estonia. And honestly, I can't wait to see everybody, hopefully in February.
5th of February. In Tallinn.
Be there or be square. And if you're not there, I'm sorry, you missed out.
Awesome. Thank you very much.